everyone and welcome to Startup Central. I'm Avan Dabash. Well, today is Valentine's Day, so we of course will be giving you a heads up as to where you can get the best deals for your loved one. But there's no love lost when it comes to the payments landscape. In fact, there's a big war brewing in the payments landscape right now in India. You got big players like Paytm, PhonePe and even MobiKwik, and they've put out very strong opinions on Twitter. And this has happened after WhatsApp has entered the space in India. It all started with Vijay Shekhar Sharma accusing Facebook of misusing the UPI platform, with others joining the debate. My colleague Rahul Dayama joins in from Bangalore and he's going to give us a whole lowdown on what's happening here. Rahul, start off a big debate that's clearly been triggered in the payment space. We're seeing different players taking different stands.
That's right, Avan. You know, it's interesting how we've seen different players sort of take a different stand as far as the UPI platform is concerned. Remember, it all started with Vijay Shekhar Sharma's tweet. He indicated that, Facebook has, in fact, misused the UPI platform while it launched the WhatsApp payment. Remember, WhatsApp payments was a big push in the payment landscape of India. So after Vijay Shekhar Sharma sort of pointed it out, we have previously also seen PhonePe as co-founder Sameer Nigam, who's backed by Flipkart, really raised concerns around Tez. So Google's Tez app UPI offering was launched last year. They've also been an early mover. They've garnered quite a number of share. But Sameer Nigam pointed out with a screenshot that the Google Play Store was also being misused by terms of Tez getting multiple listings. So he indicated that Google was misusing its power there. But we've really seen a contrarian stand really coming from Bipin Preet Singh of MobiKwik. Remember, MobiKwik and Paytm are locked in an intensive battle as far as market share is concerned for quite some time now, from the days that they launched the wallet offering. So he's surprisingly indicated that there are some Indian companies also that got the first mover advantage when UPI was launched. So he in fact questioned why should companies like Paytm, without directly referring to them, be making a fuss out of WhatsApp really coming to the space. But we've seen PayU's India CEO also raise concerns. He says, how can a Chinese company sort of create or talk about an anti-WhatsApp India movement? So it's interesting how the views have come by. But one thing is clear, that the WhatsApp entry into the payment space has triggered a heavy battle. It's left all the players that have been in the space for quite some time now quite baffled, so to say. So it'd be interesting how this pans out in the days to come.
Yeah, of course it will. So Rahul, one can clearly say that Cupid isn't firing any arrows, only firing daggers, so to speak, in the payments landscape. And, just to rewind the clock, we saw something similar like this happen when Facebook launched the free basics. So it'll be important to see if this goes legal, isn't it?
You're right, so when Facebook had launched its free internet service, Free Basics, we saw a lot of incumbent telecom players oppose it. We saw startups oppose it, that a larger larger tech company like Facebook was really trying to gain control as far as internet access to a large number of consumers or users is concerned. Then you had TRAI really strike down that, which was a massive setback for Facebook. But now it will really come down to what proof do these companies have. Has WhatsApp really misused its power while launching its payments app? Have they closed an already open UPI platform? So but also, since we're seeing contrary stands taken by Indian startups, it's not clear what will happen. So will this go before the Competition Commission of India? Because we saw Bharat Matrimony really look at a similar case against Google, and they happened to won it recently, but it was a long battle for about 6 to 7 years. So it's a little too early. The battle has just begun. So today was when we saw this initial sort of reactions come by. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes ahead. Will there be legal implications, or this is really competition that is really triggering all of this debate in the space right now?
Okay, Rahul, we let you go on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and giving us a heads up as to what's happening with UPI payments battle. Really, daggers being thrown from all directions. We'll have to see whether or not this is going to take the legal route and how exactly the overall issue is settled. But let's shift gears now. We're going to do a special, given that it's Valentine's Day, and who better to talk to than matrimony websites. We want to find out what really is happening with these matrimony websites, given that dating apps are also scoring on the funding meter. So we've got the best online deals covered. That's going to come up in just a bit, but for now, marriages, of course, in India, it's big business, and quite literally, these matrimonial websites were quick to test the waters in India, and we're talking way back in the 90s, and they still seem to be going strong. So in an era of dating apps, how are matrimonial websites guarding their turf? Joining in on the show, we have Murugavel Janakiraman, who is the co-founder and CEO of Matrimony Limited, joining in on the show today. And an appropriate day to get you on the show. Thanks so much for taking time out and being with us on Startup Central today. Before I come to how Matrimony.com is surviving in the age of Tinder, I want to talk to you about the big legal win. That's against Google. It certainly mustn't have been easy taking on a big behemoth like Google.
Yes, absolutely. It was a lonely fight for almost 6 years. We invested a lot of time and effort, and we thought it's appropriate to take the Google because considering that they being a giant, and we realized that they're manipulating search result to their advantage. Not only that, we have the trademark case against them, which is still in the High Court, because the Google is allowing our trademarks being bit by the competitors. In the process, what's happening is that we end up losing the traffic which intended for us going to the competitors. Second thing, that the customers who intended for us can be taken to the deceptive website. Third, in the process, because the Google is allowing our trademark being bit, we end up spending money to defend our trademarks. So it's not only for Matrimony.com, because a startup end up creating a brand, and that brand being exploited by the others, we think it's not appropriate. So basically on two accounts. One is about the trademarks should not be bit, trademarks should not be used in the AdWords. That's one aspect of the case. Second, about the search result, because Google being the doorway to internet, and the Google can manipulate the search to the advantage. One of the examples cited was the flight thing. Tomorrow Google can come into many areas and they can put their results on the top, which not have the the similar visibility for other players in this space. Basically, these are some of the things, and the Competition Commission clearly told that Google has abused the monopoly thing, which is very good for the Indian startups and Indian internet companies.
Now, coming to Valentine's Day, we're fairly curious to know, in the age of Tinder and a whole host of other dating websites, do matrimony websites still hold their charm? What kind of growth are you seeing? Put it down for us in terms of numbers. How is the platform faring?
I think in terms of dating, we think it's a more like kind of something fad. I don't think it's going to be highly successful in India, because we ourselves launched a dating app because a couple of years ago, when we saw the emergence of dating app, being a leader in the online matrimony space, we didn't want to miss out the opportunity if at all something emerges. We had a dating app called Matchify. We ran it for a couple of years, and we concluded that dating something the app something is not working in India, because there are multiple challenges. One is about getting a female into the dating app has been a challenge. Second thing is the monetization has been a challenge. The third is about culturally. I don't think the Indians, we are for the dating as the way of finding a life partner. But in India, people love to get married, and dating is a culture is more like just more of exploratory rather than seriousness being part of it. So in our conclusion that the dating something is very, very limited and some urban centric. It's not going to be mainstream, considering that India is a large number of people are middle class, upper middle class, and 90% marriages happens where it's everybody coming together. It's a family thing, not just a boy getting married to the girl. And most of the marriage happen within meeting so many criteria. It's about religion, language, many things. So in my view, dating is like more of very small percentage, it's more at some limited cities. It's not only talking about we ran the dating app and which you have shut it down. Even the players in this space, they are finding it very difficult. They are not able to grow. They are finding it very difficult to even raise money. So I don't think dating something which is not our culture. I don't think it's going to work. On the contrary, the matrimony side, we are witnessing a huge growth. Our profile growth has been so good. We're almost adding close to 1 million new customers on a quarterly basis. The thing of India, you want to find a life partner, come to matrimony site and create a profile and get married. Even in India, when people fall in love, they fall in love to get married. And dating is more like exploratory. It's not about the seriousness being part of it.
Now, you did mention your experiment with the dating app. Why exactly didn't that work, and what are some of the key lessons that you've learned? Why won't dating apps really work in India?
There are multiple challenges. One is about because we thought there will be some users who are serious about the dating website, who want to use dating as a means of getting married, but found most of the users was not serious in nature. Point number one. Point number two, getting a female into the dating app is a challenge because culturally, Indians are not comfortable being part of the dating app. That's the second thing. The third is about even if you have a small percentage of the female registered, then the number of the interest they are getting, it was humongous. It is too much. So it really put off the people even who are looking at using a serious dating app to find a life partner. The kind of response of what they're getting was because anybody, and it's more like most of the people want to contact them. So then monetization, one of the things which you already told. These are the issues where the dating app they face the challenges. Then we finally decided it's not making sense, and we shut down the app actually.
Can you tell us a little bit about, some of the trends among millennials who are on your platform? Before it was the families who control these profiles. Does that continue, or do you think now we're seeing a trend of youngsters being more active, taking more decisions themselves? What's it really like out there?
Today, majority of the profiles are created by individuals themselves. So that's the thing. As I told you, almost created close to 1 million profiles on a quarterly basis. When it comes to the male, 70% of the male profiles are created by individuals themselves, and while the 15% of profiles are created by parents and the 15% of profiles are created by your siblings and others. So majority of the profiles are created by individuals by themselves. The way the shift is happened in the Indian matchmaking is that the parents are no more in the driver's seat. They understand that it is that youngster, they are the one getting married. Their decisions are very important. But even youngsters also understand they need to take the blessings of the parents. Thankfully, the online matrimony sites playing a very important role of providing that space for youngsters as well as for the parents. But the youngster create a profile, they identify the prospects, they communicate with them. Then when they shortlist the prospect, then the parents also do get involved, and then the regular process takes place where they go and meet the bride side or groom side, then they discuss and they culminate into marriage. That way the parents are happy that they're part of the matchmaking process. But who are the driver's seat when it comes to online matrimony sites are the youngsters themselves on the driving seat actually. Also, the online matrimony sites are given so much empowerment to the woman. I would say that, say compared to 20 years ago, where your father may bring some groom and in this hour maybe you get some reference. Unlike 20 years ago, where you are not sure who is coming and going to see you. Now today, the online matrimony sites, the girls can see what the prospect, they can interact, and they know that whom they want to take that the marriage further with. So that way the online matrimony site is given the empowerment to women as well.
See the potential to tap into international markets now for the company? Have you tested the waters? How has that really paid off?
International, look, we already have a couple of international sites. We have Sri Lanka matrimony, we have Arab matrimony, we have even Pakistani matrimony, we have Bangla matrimony. We have these matrimony sites because it works well, and we are seeing a good traction in these regions, and though it's in a very early stage, I would say that. As you progress, definitely we look at expanding into this market in a significant way.
All right, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks very much for joining in, giving us a sense of how things are shaping up for dating, apps versus these matrimony websites, and good luck on your endeavors as well. Now, as usual, on the show, we get you a sense of what some of the big PE investments are. And being Valentine's Day, we thought it would be great to get you an insight as to what investments have been made in the dating and in the weddings app space. While we might not see too much fund activity, there are a big number of players within this space. So I'm just going to run you through some of the investments that we've seen here already. So Near Group, that's raised close to $1.6 million from the likes of Open Ocean. You've got Wedding Brigade as well, that's managed to raise close to $1 million. Bloom Ventures as well as others have been some of the big ventures in the company. And as you can see, some of the other startups have been backed by a whole host of angel investors. GetV, for example, has had Lightspeed invest in them. Inclove is a company that's got Rajan Anandan invest big money into the company. You've got a company Happen India as well that has seen investors like Lahari Family Office, and World Unicorn Ventures has put their money into Isle. We don't really have the numbers disclosed, but clearly there has been a lot of activity here into dating apps. And then you've got a lot of M&A dating apps overseas as well. The likes of WedCraze has had weddings acquire it. In the US, there's Dus, and it's had the company Woo acquire it as well. And back home, the big deal, of course, has been one of the most successful IPOs of 2017, Bharat Matrimony. And PE investors, we understand, have made some big money on this, close to 3 to 8 times return in Bharat Matrimony. This is Startup Central. Being the 14th of February, it's that time of the year again where love is in the air. And if you still haven't found that perfect gift for your Valentine, well, you have a few hours to rush, because online will now come to your rescue. Rahul Dayama has curated some of the best deals online for you to usher in that all-important day. Take a look.
Valentine's Day is here. If you haven't shopped for your special someone yet, worry not. We tell you the best deals online. They are not only light on your pocket, but will help you leave a mark on that someone special. The best deals online are Amazon, giving you 10% discount on Cadbury Silk chocolates and up to 50% off clothes, soft toys and jewelry. Flipkart users will get about 50 to 80% off on fashion footwear, 40 to 80% off on home appliances and furniture, 70% off on TV and appliances, and a flat 14% instant discount on HDFC card payments. Paytm users will get 65% cashback on chocolates. Soft toys also start at Rs 169 only. For Nykaa, users get up to 40% off on high-end beauty products. Swiggy users will also get 40% discount on most restaurants.
While online will come to your rescue, for those who prefer the traditional and personal touch, well, you will always find what you're looking for in a store like this one. We really hope the tips did prove useful to you. With Deepshika Ghosh in Mumbai, this is Rahul Dayama.
You have it. Rush online to get the best gift for your loved one. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thanks for watching.